Hi there, Sherls here. Have you ever thought, is there a way to use snack bag or cereal bag in your crafting project instead of throwing it into trash can? I have a fun way to share with you. That is turning your favorite digital paper into a see-through paper. You can see here, if the scrapbook paper, you can see through this antique handwritten music score digital that I have in my store here. It's really fun and really easy. Also, it's saving the earth a tiny bit at a step, of course. And here you can see after I made another digital of another paper of the digital into see-through paper, I decoupage it into this scrapbook paper, and here you can see I made this part into more see-through and leave some part like less see-through, and you can see the differentiation here. Also, this part I accidentally completely scrape away the digital, but that's fine. So anyway, this is really fun and really easy. And the idea that I came across is originally when I was working with my daughter's sport book. I was thinking, like, is there a way to protect the back cover, because when toddler can be really rough and I don't want this to peel or get very dirty. I was thinking originally to laminate this digital using the laminating pouch, but I don't really like how glaring, how glossy it looks. And I remember seeing in Facebook a while ago about someone doing decoupage their stationery envelope using a cling wrap plastic, I believe. So anyways, I decided I want to try it with this cereal bag. We eat a lot of cereal, and every single time we throw it away, this plastic away, I was feeling like I don't really like adding this thing into landfill. So I played with it and I'm glad that it worked. So this is one way that you can use, of course, like to laminate your digital, and you will have this protection and it's not so glaring. But I want to go further. That is to make these plastic or cereal bag laminated paper into a see-through one. Well, this one is not very see-through because I made it so, and this one I made it more see-through. So anyways, for this project you will need, of course, cereal bag, paper that you want to play with, an iron, and parchment paper. So I suggest you to use two, one to protect your working surface and one to protect your iron surface. And the setting that I'm using is this cotton or linen. I use the first tick mark of this setting. The reason is I want it to finish as soon as possible. It's not taking me forever to iron it. So let me plug my iron first. So while waiting this iron heating up, I will prepare the project that I want to play with. Here I'm using another paper of my antique handwritten digital kit. So this one I really like it because it has like this correction, and it's really hard to believe that all of this musical note is handwritten, because look how tidy it looks. And of course I picked this out of thousands of musical notes, musical book, because of this pretty handwriting. So I did a live on Junkers last Sunday, and some lady said, I don't eat snacks, I don't really eat cereal, so I don't have the plastic. And it made me think what else I can use for this one project. So I came up with plastic. So like this one, the plastic I'm using here is the plastic in the diaper bag of my sons, but I also tried it with different type of plastic, and I will show you at the end of the project. So let me cut this plastic first. So one thing that I found that you cannot use is cellophane bag. It will shrink and you will not have fun playing with it. And I will also of course show you like the result of my playing. You don't really have to cut the plastic to fit your project, your paper. You can just use the molding, but it's kind of easier for me, in my opinion, just to cut it almost the size of my paper. So I put my printed paper, and did I mention that you don't have to use laser printer? I only have ink printer, Epson EcoTank, and it works. It's not smearing, and let me prove it to you. I use like this water spray. I just spray a little bit. Oh, too little. Whoops. And you can let me smear it. Ah, interesting. It's not really smearing too much, but yeah, I'm using an EcoTank printer. Oh, you cannot really see, my hand is kind of yellowish. So it's not an inkjet printer. And then I will put my plastic. It's okay if it is wet because I mean the iron will dry it up anyway. And then put another parchment paper and start ironing from the middle. Why you want it to start from the middle? Because if you accidentally if you started from the corner and you accidentally make a bulging plastic in the middle, it will like be very funny, in my opinion. Every plastic is not super equal. Sometimes some plastic is thinner than the other, so you want to do like maybe 2 or 3 passes and then check. Like this one, okay, it's not enough, so I have to do it more. I have done where I didn't check. I just like, I'm just going to do it for a long time, and so it will melt the plastic better into the paper. But nope, it's work, but the plastic melt a little bit too much. That's why I'm telling you to do it a couple times, like 2-3 times, and then check. Okay, this part is done. This part I still need more. You want to do more passes on the edge and corner, because that's the part that usually a little bit persistent. Take a little bit more than just 1 or twice ironing. If your iron is too hot, this might happen, that your plastic is stick on the parchment paper. So just wait a little bit and it will cool down, and then you will be able to peel it. Okay, this part I think is because and here you can see like the ink is already like smearing on the back. So I will just flip it and do a little bit more ironing on this side. Looks better. And now I'm just checking if I did the edges properly. Nope. As you see here, I have to go through this again, and this one as well. And one thing that you notice, the paper curls, but that's totally fine, because when you use it in project, you can like use a glue to straighten it, and I mean not straighten it, but glue to stick it on your project, and it doesn't really look so curly like this. And sometimes this happens, the excess plastic just got folded and then being melted into the top surface, and that's totally fine by me. And if it is bother you, you can carefully try to peel it if it is possible. Most of the time I found that it's possible, but I usually doesn't care, just iron it again to melt it and to infuse it to the other plastic surface. Be careful when you're doing this. You don't want to hurt yourself because it's hot. If the curling bother you too much, you can also flip it and then iron it. And it's still rather hot now, so I pick it up very carefully. I missed this spot. I still miss it. Yeah, I will work a little bit further on this one. Yep, better. So I will unplug my iron, and so we will work further on this to make this into a see-through paper, or I would say plastic. Let's put it aside. Put this away. For this next step, you will need a spray bottle of water, and you will need something to protect your surface from the mess that you are going to make. And this is the one that I've been using. It's a junk mail from our election year. And this is a project that will need patience. That's what one of a ladies in the junker store said. So you will want to spray or wet your pepper and then start peeling off like so. Be gentle when you are doing this, because if you, well, not really super gentle, you still need some type of force so you can peel the pepper layer. But if you put too much force, you might peel it a little bit too much, like I did here. You can see it's completely tear off the pepper and go straight to the plastic. So just play with it anyways. It's just pepper and a trash, plastic trash and water, so it's not a big deal. And even if like you have soaps, yeah, this one is still not stick properly. And anyway, so even if like you like make a tear like this, if you make a tear and then it's completely tear off the pepper, that's fine. It will make something interesting, like the one I have here. See like how different the graduation of the see-through level. Like this part is completely torn apart and it's becomes so see-through, and some part has more of the digital. It's fine. Just giving it more character. Anyways, just keep doing this until you are satisfied. Here you can already start seeing that this one is a little bit more see-through, of course, than the part that we haven't peeled the pepper layer. And one thing that I learned from doing this, you have to let your pepper dry before you continue the second or third pass until the see-throughness is the level that you want. Why? Because when it is wet, your pepper is tricking you. So it looks like super see-through now, but when it dries, it's not going to be like as see-through as this. The pepper on the back of the printed side is still there. The what do you call the pepper fiber? The pepper fiber. So let it dry a little bit, and then you can do second or third pass. And I will speed up and finish this one. Okay, I finished my first pass of this pepper, and you can see why I suggested to have pepper or scrap to protect your work surface, because all of this mess. And I did a little bit too rough on this side and tear more than I planned, but again, I'm totally okay with that. And I will let this dry. And to tell you why like you want to let this one dry before you continue further, I will show you this one pepper. So this is totally dry, and you see the level of see-throughness. You can see the the scrapbook paper, but not very clear, of course. And let me spray some water. Oops, I should have put this aside. And now here, I don't really want to ruin this, so let me use this instead. Yeah, you can see this looks so much clearer, and the one that's dry, you don't really see very clear, and that's why you want it to dry first before you do the second pass. And I can do more pass gently by wrapping my finger across it. This. In here you peel more of the paper fiber. I'm using 24-pound copy paper for this, and I believe if you use thinner copy paper like 18-pound, 20-pound, you will have less, like not less, you will have an easier time to peel this because it'll be less paper for you to peel. So this is how I do it. Just keep peeling. The thinner your paper is, the gentle you want it to be. Don't do it so rough, because yeah, you will tear apart more than what you plan. That's how you make your paper into a see-through. And one interesting that I noticed while playing with this, I noticed that my paper shrink. This one I printed same, of course, like 8.5 and 11 inches paper, but after I laminated with my plastic trash, I noticed it becomes smaller than an 8.5 and 11. See? Let me put in one corner, align it with one corner, and you see it's shrinking. That's really interesting, and my guess is because when you heat up your iron to melt into your paper, the plastic shrink, and somehow it also shrink the paper as well. So it's really fun, and using this very simple technique, you can make your favorite digital, or maybe if you want to, you can use my antique handwritten music score digital into a see-through paper, and then you can use it for a lot of things. Like I showed you here, I decoupage it into scrapbook paper, and I decoupage it also using a plastic snack bag. Like I haven't cut it because I want to show it to you. This is the first layer that is the see-through music scores, and this is the it's hard to show, huh? The first layer, and then the second layer is above the scrapbook paper, where I use it to infuse my handwritten music score into the scrapbook paper. And what can I use this for? I can use this for a journal cover, or I can also cut this and make this, and then make this into an envelope like so. And I can put extra goodies with that comes with my to go with my journal and be something fun. And same with this laminated paper that I can use it for a cover. Also, one other thing that you can also use here, you can use this to laminate your sewing pattern. You know, like sewing pattern is so fragile, it's very thin and tears so easily, and if you want it to use for your cover maybe, and you want to reinforce it, you can use this snack bag or plastic bag to laminate it, and in other words to reinforce it, and then you can still use it. Even like this, you can use it for decoupage like this. Just one thing. And this one is a napkin, a Halloween napkin from our dollar store. this is the napkin. And I'm so excited about this napkin because recently dollar store only print on 1 or 2 sides, but this one they did it on all 4 sides. And this napkin was wet, and what I did was I laminated with my brown snack bag, and it's instantly become vintagey, become brown. It's really fun. Let me show you the one that I did with the, and this one, oops, this one I laminated with the white snack bag, and this one is the brown. It's really, really fun. And these are ready to use for anything that I can think of. Even I can even fold this into like a envelope. This is kind of wet. Into an envelope and use it like so. Let me just do something simple. Envelope like so. Although it doesn't really look good as an envelope, but yeah, let your imagination go wild. And other plastic that you can use is produce bag plastic. Here, this is from a garlic bag. This is all plastic, and this one, the bottom layer, the green part is a mesh, and this top part is plastic. I cut this plastic, I tried it, it works, and also use this plastic bag with some pattern here, the crisscross pattern, and this is the one that I cut, and I use it on a paper, what is called crepe paper, and this is what it becomes. So you can see that the pattern here is imprinted on the tissue paper. That's other thing that you can use, and I was trying to use it with the cellophane bag as well, but it did not work. Again, it did not work because the cellophane bag will shrink way too much than just the plastic bag. Like here, this is the result of my playing with cellophane bag. It just shrink way too much, and it's not going to work. So cellophane bag doesn't work for this. Plastic bag works. Snack bag works. So I'm between these two, which to making the see-through paper, which one will work better? In my opinion, they work the same, as long as you make sure that the plastic completely melted into the printed side. Like the one that I was doing here, I think one of the reason I peel way too much on this side is because I didn't properly iron it to the paper. Possibly, I'm not sure. I wasn't really checking it or inspect it very closely, but it could be. So that works. And what other thing that I've been playing with? Oh, of course, I believe you all know that you can use plastic bag or this, in my case, snack bag, to decoupage without any wrinkle. And in this one, I put this rubber napkin on top of a plastic snack bag, and then a red scrapbook paper to decoupage it. And this is, you see, this is the paper layer, the snack bag, and then napkin. And I make the decoupage napkin into the scrapbook paper with the plastic bag. And this is nothing new. I believe like you have seen it a lot of times. And this one is, I decoupage this tissue paper with a plastic bag into a book page, and I keep it intact because I want to show you that in my case, I have a plastic way bigger than the paper, and I didn't cut my tissue paper to the size of the paper. The plastic will melt into the tissue paper, but you can slowly peel it away. And that's broad question, if you can peel this plastic from the decoupage book page. And I think you can, but because you will cut this into the size of the paper, then you will not have like the excess plastic to hold it and to peel it away. But anyways, I don't think you will do it. So yeah, if this happens, you can peel it. And what else that I want to share with you from my playing? This one. I'm so excited. Here. This is oops, so much mess. This is a table cover, Halloween themed table cover from our dollar store. I cut a strip of it, and I was thinking, since I can melt plastic into paper using my iron, I should be able to use this plastic for a decoupage, and I did. This is the scrapbook paper that I was using, and I used this skeleton side. I put it directly on the scrapbook paper like so, and iron it, and this is what I have. You can see my scrapbook paper underneath the table cover. So this is one other thing that you can play with. And let me see if I prepare something else, because I'm kind of like all over the place today. No, I think I cover everything. Before we go, I want to throw some idea how you can use this transparent paper. 1, you can use this to decoupage your digital paper or scrapbook paper and then use it as a journal page. Or you can make it into an envelope like this, where then you can put your bits and bob ephemera laces and send it as a happy mail for someone, or include it in your journal for extra ephemera storage. And 2, you can use this to cover the opening of a cabinet card or a specimen card, and then you can see through the element behind it like so. Of course, the one that I have here is not really like see-through because I made it so, but you can, like I showed you in the video, you can make this more into a see-through element. And 3, you can cut this to make it into a pocket, and you just glue into 3 sides and it will be a see-through pocket. Or 4, cut it and make it into a belly pen, a see-through belly pen. Just imagine like I cut this into half, and then you can use it as a belly pen, as if. And that brings us to 5, a see-through flip element, so like this one. So I can write something on this or put a photo, and then when I close it, you can kind of see through this page. And 6, you can use this as a journal page like this. And again, because this is a plastic, you cannot use a pencil. You can use a ballpoint or Sharpie to write on this, and you can even write on the back side. Actually, here I drew something on the back side of this transparent paper, and you can kind of see it from the front. I want to notice like this paper, after you peel the paper layer, it has kind of like this funny looking or paper, which doesn't really bother me, but if it bothers you, maybe you can just work more to make it smoother. And also you can enhance this further, like usually like make it a crumple and then use your alcohol ink to color the crease. That would be something. And with the same idea, you can also use your plastic or laminated pattern paper or napkin for the same thing, as a flip see-through like this, a see-through pocket, see-through belly pen, or even a journal page. You can totally write on the back of this paper or napkin. And one more thing that I played after I finished the video, you can also make your scrapbook paper into a see-through paper with the same technique. And this one, I use the scrapbook paper that I decoupage with my Dollar Tree tablecloth like this one. And yeah, I used the black side, that's why you cannot really see well behind the see-throughness, but let me see. Or you know what, let me find something really quick. Oops, this has our address. This one, our gas bill. So you cannot really see the letter behind the black tablecloth because it's black on black, but here in the skull you can kind of see the letter here. So yeah, you can totally use this technique for your scrapbook paper as well. And I think that's all that I had to cover, I want to cover on this tutorial. And thank you for watching, ladies. If you have any question, please leave me a comment or email, and I will try my best to answer you. And happy crafting. Until next video, bye.